All right, guys, welcome to day two. Okay, so day two, we are talking all about holiday workouts that actually work and how to do the bare minimum, essentially. Okay, because I know you guys are busy. I know you don't got a lot of time. Okay, I know that this isn't something that you're like, oh, I want to get started on a 5 day week workout routine. Okay, like, and you don't have to do that. So first things first, let me know in the comments how are you feeling after day one. Right? Are you doing your non-negotiables today? Are you drinking your water? Have you got some protein and fruits and veggies in yet? If no, you still have time, right? You still have time. And if doing all of that feels overwhelming, pick one. Either do your water, do your protein, do your veggies, pick one thing to do today. Keep it simple. Okay. The biggest thing I want to get out there is that we drastically overestimate the damage from a few Christmas cookies from a few dinner, and we underestimate the power of small habits. So if you can just commit to a few small habits throughout this holiday season, you will feel so much better. Okay. So drop it in the comments. What is the thing that you are going to do today, tomorrow, and every single day? And again, the point is that it must be simple. Don't make it some big elaborate thing. Drinking water is so freaking easy because everyone can do it. Like if you're watching this video, I know you have access to fresh water. So keep it simple. Keep it something that you know you can do every single day. All right, now let's get into the workouts. So let me know how many of you feel this, where you want to work out, but your schedule's insane, you're exhausted, events are piling up, and the idea of going to the gym feels impossible. So you skip it, right? And then you keep skipping it and you just feel worse and all of these things. Now, the real problem isn't motivation. Okay, the problem is that your brain still believes that workouts need to be long, perfect, and like 5 days a week in the gym. Now, here's the thing, I am going to make it super simple for you today. But if you choose to believe that it is too simple and you don't take action on what I'm teaching you today, chances are you're going to fall out of routine and you're going to be in January feeling like you're trying to dig yourself out of a hole. Okay. But if you do take action on the very simple steps that I have for you today, you can actually get stronger, more toned, and more energized during the holiday season. Okay. And I know it seems crazy, but like I promise you, the things that I'm going to share with you today have helped so many of my clients. Like I was just talking about it with one of my clients who she started with me like the beginning of December last year. And she said that last year was not only the first year she didn't gain that 5 to 10 pounds during the holidays, but she actually was like leaner, more toned, like more defined. She was feeling good in her body and she couldn't believe it. Okay. So this is just your reminder. The simple things work when you do it. Now, before we get into the meat and potatoes of today, let's talk about the elephant in the room. I'm going out for dinner. I'm eating Christmas cookies. Why even bother working out? That is an even better reason to get your workouts in, okay? Not just for your body because and your weight, right? Because better when you work out, you actually have better carb and sugar metabolism, less bloating, and it's going to affect you less energy wise, but also for your mind. A quick strength session boosts your mood, stabilizes energy, and can actually lower your stress. And around the holidays, I'm pretty sure we could all use a little bit less stress, okay? But it also sets the tone for the rest of the day. Starting your day with something that makes you proud literally changes how you show up for yourself for the next 12 hours. So, again, just like I really just want to get through to your head that, like, oh, what's the point? I'm going to eat cookies, I'm going to go out. That makes it even more important. Okay, when you are eating more, drinking more, and you are out of routine, you are more stressed, it is even more important for your body for you to work out. Okay, now, again, going a little bit deeper, I want to talk about lack of motivation. One of the reasons why so many women feel unmotivated is simply because they have no energy. And you are doing everything gifts, event, themes days, errands, school things, holiday cooking, like just like the emotional labor of it all. Of course, your body feels drained. Of course, you feel like you don't have the energy or motivation to work out. So, this is your permission slip. Give yourself 5 minutes of doing nothing every single day. Even just 5 minutes of like truly doing nothing, and I mean nothing, no scrolling, okay? Sitting there, either closing your eyes, listening to music, but just like doing something that actually lets your body and mind rest will boost your energy. Okay. And I know you think that scrolling until midnight is helping you unwind and relax, but be honest, does it actually make you feel better? No. Okay. A huge part of seeing results is rest and recovery. So this might look like putting your phone away and going to bed earlier so that you can wake up earlier and have 10 minutes of quiet before the rest of the house, or so that you have that time to squeeze in a quick workout before the day gets busy. Okay. You think you don't have time, and I am not saying you are not busy. That is absolutely not the case. But I promise you, like, if you don't get the exact perfect gift for your kid's teacher, you will survive. Taking 5 minutes for yourself rather than stressing over all of these little perfect details will make you happier, which will make you a better friend, parent, spouse, like whatever it is. Okay, I promise you, it is not the end of the world. And you are better off giving yourself 5 to 10 minutes of resting so you can actually enjoy your freaking holidays. Like so many women I talk to don't even enjoy the holiday season because they run themselves ragged. But at the same time, it's like, I get it that you want to get all the gifts and do all these things and be this like mom. But also, what fun is the holidays if you are too exhausted to enjoy it? And honestly, like, if you don't have 5 minutes for yourself, reevaluate. Like, I know, like, you're sitting and being like, well, Ronnie, you don't have kids. I know. And I know you are insanely busy, but I promise you, like, there is 5 minutes throughout your day. Even if you take 60 seconds at a time. Practice when you go pee, lock your door. Okay, don't let anybody come in. But like do what you need to do to unwind for 5 minutes a day because that is going to recharge you and help you have the energy and motivation to actually work out. Okay. Now, on to the workouts. You do not need long workouts. You need effective ones. And the truth is, so many women waste their freaking time with their workouts. They go and they are doing fluffy exercises. They're doing shit that is not actually going to change your body. Like, I know I've had people come to me who were working, they're like, right, I've been working out for 5 days a week, like an hour a day, blah, 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 blah. My body still isn't changing. They tell me what they're doing. And I'm like, well, that's exactly why. So the beautiful thing is when you start doing effective workouts, you will get better results, like hands down. Okay. So today we are going to talk about the most effective way to tone up and actually see results. But before we get there, I promise you we will get there. We need to talk about the real thing that screws most women up during the holidays, and that is consistency. Because the best workout program in the world means nothing if you don't do it. And staying consistent is one of the biggest challenges women face, especially in November and December. So let's break this down in a way that can actually make sense to your brain. So, first, we're going to talk about consistency in like the psychological behavioral piece because the thing is your brain is wired to avoid things that feel hard, things that feel time consuming, things that feel unfamiliar or require too much decision making. So, if you are telling yourself that you have to work out 5 days a week for an hour, your brain is like, nope, that's hard. That's time consuming. That's unfamiliar. I don't want to do any of that. And I don't want to figure out what I have to do for an hour, right? So your brain checks out, you feel guilty, and you start avoiding it. And suddenly it's January and you're like, oh shit, I got to start over. This is not a motivation problem. Okay, this is that you are making it harder than it needs to be. Humans follow the path of least resistance always. So if we want consistency, we have to design a system that your brain will actually want to follow. And this is why I get people who come into my program and they freaking love it because there are only 3 workouts a week. Like I was having a conversation with a client who she was always trying to do those like Beachbody and whatever programs that are like 5, 6, sometimes 7 days long. She goes, the second I miss one, I feel guilty and then I spiral and then I can't get back on track. She's like, I love that I only have 3 workouts a week and that I can do them from home because it is so much easier to get into routine. Because if you only need to do 2 or 3 workouts a week, if you miss one, you still have so many days left to get back on track, right? And I want to remind you guys that like missing one workout is literally nothing as long as you get back into it. Like missing one workout isn't the problem, it's when you make it a big deal. So when we have less workouts that we need to do in a week in order to feel results, in order to get to where we want to go, it's easier to take action on it. Okay, so we want to lessen the barrier to entry. Now, 3 keys of consistency backed by neuroscience. Number 1, kind of piggybacks on what I just said, make it stupid easy. Your brain loves easy wins. So instead of I have to work out for 5 days, I have to work out 5 days a week for an hour long and they need to be perfect sessions. What if you could just commit to 2 to 3 home workouts a week? 20 minutes, full body, done anywhere, anytime, minimal equipment. When the barrier is lower to entry, the follow through is higher. This is how we form habits, right? So, next step is after we have made the barrier to entry lower and your brain can get on track with that, we want to set yourself up for success. Now, here's the problem. When you leave your workouts up to your future self, you're leaving them to the most unreliable version of you, right? We're like, oh, I'll just see if I have time. I'll just see how I feel like it. You must plan your workouts ahead of time. Okay, decide the days, decide the times, lay your clothes out the night before, set a reminder in your phone, remove all of the friction and make it as easy as possible. Don't rely on motivation. Don't rely on remembering to do it because chances are you won't. You have so much on your mind. And then next thing you know, you're like, oh shit, I was supposed to work out this morning and now it's 10 o'clock at night. Okay, so this is one of those things that it's like, just make it easier for yourself to succeed. Okay, when this, like, when I'm doing this, when I set myself up for success, I am more likely to stick with it. This increases follow through by like over 100%. If you simply plan what time you're going to do your workouts, what days you're going to do them, and you set yourself up for success. Okay, the third key of staying consistent is to celebrate every step you take. Okay, you don't need to celebrate the fact that, oh, I lost a couple pounds. Like, do not celebrate the outcome, celebrate the process. Your brain needs rewards to lock in a habit. Think of a dog, right? A dog doesn't learn to sit for free, right? You give a dog treats, the dog learns to sit. Now, does a dog learn to sit by punishment, by guilt? No, and neither do you. Okay, we don't lock in habits through punishment, through guilt, or through that thing of like trying to shame ourselves into it. But every time you do a workout and you tell yourself, yes, I did it. This is who I am now. I am so proud of myself. See, I can do this. When you do things like that after you work out, this releases dopamine and it makes you want to do it again. So the more you hype yourself up for doing the thing, the more you will do the thing. If you never celebrate yourself for doing something, your brain doesn't register the habit or the action as valuable, and the habit will die. Okay. And I want you to think of it this way. Think of every workout you do, even if it's 10, 15 minutes, as a tiny deposit into your future self bank account. Okay. Most of us think that the deposit only counts if it's at least 60 minutes. But real wealth, lasting wealth, comes from consistent small deposits. The more you deposit, the more you make the stronger, leaner, and more energized your future self you, right? So, and remember, if you miss one day, that's fine. Compounding interest over time. Okay, small things. You miss a deposit today, deposit tomorrow. All right, now that we've gone through all of the fun stuff, we can talk about the workouts. Okay, so once consistency is like, okay, I can do this. Once we realize that motivation isn't so much a motivation problem, but likely an energy problem, and we allow ourselves to rest, we allow ourselves to lessen the barrier to entry. Now we can talk about the workouts. Okay, now the most effective workout style, if you want to tone up and see progress fast with the shortest period of time, is full body strength training with compound movements. Okay, and this works because when you are using multiple muscle groups, so when I say compound movement, I mean something like a squat over a leg extension. I mean a row rather than a bicep curl, right? A row uses your bicep, but also your back and your core. A bicep curl just uses your bicep. Okay, so compound movement means multiple muscle groups are worked at once over isolation movements, which only work one muscle at a time. Now, most of us are taught to do those bicep curls, glute kickbacks, isolation exercises. But when we are doing compound movements, you are going to work more muscles at once, which means that you are just being more effective. It's going to burn more calories than just doing like a row or something like that. So it is going to transform your body faster. But also, the beautiful thing of doing full body strength workouts is that it boosts your metabolism after the workout. Okay. And what I mean by it boosts your metabolism is your body is going to burn extra calories for 24 to 48 hours after your workout because it's trying to repair. In a strength workout, what you're actually doing is tearing your muscles. And then the 24 to 48 hours after, the food you eat goes to repair those muscles. That's your body changing. Okay. And when we repair, that is the muscle that we need for muscle tone. Okay. This is why I love strength training, because it's not like you go for a run. As soon as you stop the run, your body recovers pretty quickly. But when you do a strength workout, it takes a long time for your body to recover. Okay, so this is going to, and this is why we have a little bit more wiggle room with our diet when we do these types of workouts. Okay, but also, especially if you are a woman over 30, this is going to help our muscle, right? We know that our muscle mass and our muscle density lessens as we age. It's our bone density and all of these things. Okay, so it's important for your health, but it's important for how your body looks too. Okay. And again, you can start seeing and feeling changes in your body with just 2 full body workouts a week when they are done right. Okay. Now, if you want some example workouts, if you drop workouts in the comments, I will send them to you. Okay. I will send you 2 workouts that you can use, full body workouts, to help you start seeing results from home, minimal equipment, with like literally 10 to 20 minutes a week. Okay. Now, what do you need to do today? Set your expectations. Okay. Not what do I do on a perfect week? Not what do I do when I'm motivated, blah, 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 blah. I want you to set your minimum standard for yourself. Because again, if you don't choose in advance, you will always rely on how you're feeling in the moment, which is not a very good way to get predictable results. Okay. And spoiler alert, you will not feel like working out until after you've done it. Okay. But consistency is built by doing the action before your brain wants to. Eventually, the desire will catch up, but only after the habit is formed. I know it's annoying, okay, but just come with me here. All right. So let's set your expectations, and this, make it realistic for you. So maybe your expectations are you're going to do 2 home strength workouts a week, and you're going to aim for minimum 7,000 steps a day. Okay, make it as simple as possible, as doable as possible. Now, I do recommend 2 home workouts a week and like 7,000 steps a day for best results. But if you're like, you're currently getting like 3,000 steps a day and that's a big jump, bump it up to 5. Okay, don't make it super, super crazy. Make it something, but give yourself a goal. Because if we do not have a goal, we do not have something we are working towards, then your brain's going to stop. Okay, so share your non-negotiable, share your standards in the comments, commit to them. And my other piece of advice on that is try to do it as early in the day as possible, especially on busy family days. So if you know that you have family coming over or you're traveling, get up a little bit earlier and do it before, because you will feel better after. Okay. Or because you only have to do 2 a week, maybe you do it the day before and then you're good. Right. But allow yourself to set the standard and keep the standard doable. Don't pick a standard just because you think it's going to be what you need. Okay. But I promise you, when you stay consistent, even if it's just 20 minutes, 2 times a week, hitting your step goals, your body will be able to, you'll lose the weight, you'll tone up, you're going to boost your metabolism, you're going to feel amazing. And I want you to imagine this, right? Imagine it's December 22nd. All right, it's December 22nd. You're going into the holidays and you feel amazing. You feel confident in your body. You want to be in the pictures, where everybody else already feels bloated and puffy and all of these things because they've been not really treating their body, right? But your jeans still fit. Your stomach feels flatter. You feel strong, right? You have energy. You're proud of yourself. And you know that you are not going into the new year starting over on January 1st. You're just going to keep building that momentum. How does that feel? Right? That feels pretty fucking good. So that's why I want you to set your standards so that you can create that reality for yourself. Right? The truth is feeling good in your body, having the energy, feeling toned, and all of these things doesn't come from being perfect, but it comes from making the decision and deciding what you are going to do today. Okay, so drop your standards, drop your bare minimum in the chat. Let us know what you're doing. And remember, this is what leads to lasting results. You don't have to be perfect, right? You don't have to be perfect, but you do have to do something. And remember, you and your body deserve to know how good you can feel when you show up for yourself, when you are consistent, not when you are perfect, but when you are consistent. All right, guys. So go drink your water, get your steps in. And remember, if you want the workouts, drop workouts in the comments and I will send them to you. Other than that, I will see you tomorrow for the mindset development piece that is going to tie this all together.